Let's move on and take a closer look at some of the scenarios where all three consolidated exchange rates are the same. The first scenario to consider is when there are no transactions recorded for a particular subsidiary for a particular accounting period. The current rate will update, of course, to the month-end spot rate, as we know from what we've reviewed earlier in the course. The average and historical rates will also be updated to the default value of the current rate. So NetSuite will make sure that those rates are always aligned if there are no transactions recorded in that accounting period. The second scenario would be if all transactions recorded for a given subsidiary and given accounting period are all posted on the last day of the month. In other words, if you were to perform the weighted average calculation of all of those transactions and corresponding rates, you would arrive back at the current rate because all transactions were recorded on the last day of the month. Another scenario to consider would be when referencing the consolidated exchange rates in a future accounting period, unless you have NetSuite configured in a way that allows you to record transactions into future periods, and perhaps someone has calculated the consolidated exchange rates in those future periods, you should expect to see those rates be the same across the board. Let's jump into NetSuite real quick and validate that. So let's go to our consolidated exchange rates table. We have the accounting period as January 2023, and we can see that for our subsidiary pair Japan and our APAC parent entity, the exchange rates are the same for the current, average, and historical. The reason in this case is because there are no transactions recorded in our Japanese entity for the accounting period, January 2023. Let's pick a future period, let's say June 2023, and we can see that our consolidated exchange rates are the same across the board. So you can pick any subsidiary pair and you will see that the exchange rates are the same. And that's because we don't have any transactions recorded in those accounting periods quite yet.